hopefully. We live in eternal hope. There we go. Finally, yeah, good. Right, let's jump in here. Hey, Tara, how are we? Right, so where did... Yes, we were on the Ferris wheel. So, let us resume. I mean, I feel like the that was vaguely the context there is you're very, very dirty. And there's vague sexual connotations there. It was just missing the "wash me, daddy" bit. You're off to the doctor's. Oh, hopefully this isn't like. Hopefully it's just a general checkup, not anything too bad. But yeah, hopefully the visit goes well. Hopefully it does. Right, where were we at? I don't know. Putting it over there. I thought we parked it over here, but never mind. But yes. And we had stopped it going round. Also, like I said, I've done the chair, so hopefully it's a little more comfortable for me. But I don't know. There we go. Is that better for you? Right. And really, already with the... Okay, right, fine. Let me push the button for that. And remember to turn it off. Somebody's going to have to remind me. There you go. Right, yeah. Right, there we go. Right, let's... First of all, go push the button. Oop. Come on. There we go. Plunk! Right. Let's figure out what the next bit is we're going to clean up. There's vague dirt on the floor, and the whole of the back of this is a tad mucky. Let's... You know what? We could just do the Jenny. That's an easy start. Let's just... So spraying lots of powerful water at a thing that produces electricity. Is this advisable? I don't know. I'm sure it'll be fine, right? They've got some circuit breakers on there. Some surge protectors. Definitely not going to result in any short circuits. It'll be fine, yeah. Just don't... I mean, nothing could possibly go wrong with high voltage and high pressured water. It's absolutely fine. Nothing to worry about whatsoever. And has that been about 2 minutes? I feel like that's been about 2 minutes. There you go. I can tab out. There you go. Disabled. You can speak freely once more. But yeah, how's everyone doing? What's on the agenda for most folk today? Is arson good? Yes or no? I mean, it depends on how hard up for cash you are and whether the insurance is paid off, right? Casualty Water's something with 8,000 watts. Yeah, I mean, I think they did describe how much wattage this thing could produce, didn't they? Because they said it was from the old rave days. So I'm presuming, you know, it's definitely potent, but whether all this water is going to have any effect on it, I reckon we go and push the button again to see if we get electrocuted. That's the hardcore mode, if you can do this without getting yourself electrocuted. Oh, it was actually a poll suggestion. Hang on a second. Oh, right. Bear with us. I need to do that. Manage poll. That's a new one. What's it? Oh, okay, come on. I reckon there's going to be like a really obscure answer of like there was a band in the 80s called Arson, and it's really is just asking the question whether the band was any good. I'll do 5 minutes. There you go. You're crying, are you, Tara? Is that what your big plan for the day is? Just to cry. Any power off? Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's probably, it's maybe one of the challenge modes to do that or something, vague achievement or something like that to do it. Burts. It's easier to parkour if, the thing ain't moving around. Have to worry less about timing your jumps if the thing's not moving, right? Does Chaos like us? I don't know. I mean, we're vague acquaintances to Chaos. I feel like I don't know whether we're friends, but we're definitely acquaintances. There you go. Ding. I mean, you look at like some of like the vague kind of like hair metal and punk bands and like weird new age like band names from like the 80s and things like that. Like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if one was called Arson or something like that. I mean, there's probably odds are either that it's like a death metal band from like the late noughties, like some kind of like Swedish death metal band called Arson, and their regular gig now is like a warm-up act at like Bloodfest or something like that. Accidentally burnt down the whole playhouse. I mean, the Brits tried that in like the 18-somethings or other, right? The Redcoats definitely tried doing that. And I'm guessing there's been many pubs called the White House or something over the years that there was an accidental chip fire. And then the headline in like the local newspaper said, "White House burns down." Yeah, that would be amusing if like somebody had just come in at that point to me announcing White House burns down or something. Right. The Brits did like finish the meal that had been cooked or something. Like, wasn't it like? The story goes there was like it's supposed to be like a state banquet, but the Redcoats invaded and like the president and all that bailed. The soldiers ate all the food and then they burnt down the place. So at least the food didn't go to waste. There we go, we've got dings. We do love a good ding. Also, I feel like we say fuck enough that I will allow that. Come on. I mean, I know we're good, wholesome Christian stream, right? Just screaming, "What's up, fuckers?" Seems pretty on brand. Fed the redcoats. That's the definition of going to what? True, exactly. Going straight to their waist. Because yeah, let's face it, there was like a lot of very kind of fatty pates and things like that probably on offer. You know, the rich don't like eat poor. Right, I guess I can make this thing go away then now. There you go, yeah, it's gone. Good, right. So the general consensus is no. Like I said, it's purely about context. It's depending on how hard up for cash you are and whether the insurance is paid off. I feel like that's the exception to the rule, right? Yeah, the irony would have been like they were preparing a state banquet and they decided to go with a full English breakfast as the redcoats rocked up. Well, they have it. The majority rules. Arson bad, apparently. I mean, I say we turn it into a crime then, right? If it's bad, it should definitely be a crime. I mean, there is actually a game. I can't remember what it's called. It was like a little indie game where the whole premises was just burning stuff in a fireplace. But it was weirdly mesmerizing because it all had like proper physics of how things would burn. I can't remember what it was called, but it was like an indie game from like probably like 10 years ago now or something. And it actually had like weirdly had a story to it. Had a mental image of Cthulhu Ghost Rider. Okay, that's an odd mental image. Okay, but I mean, I guess this is one for the nerds out there. Obviously, Marvel's doing its thing, as it has been for like the last like 10 years now or whatever. And obviously, people have made speculations on like what upcoming projects might happen and things like that. There has always been rumor of like there may be another Hell Rider film or TV show or something. Do people think that's going to be a thing? And if so, who do they reckon they'd cast in it? Who could possibly replace Nick Cage as Hell Rider? Not Hell Rider, Ghost Rider, sorry, yeah. Hey, I'm concentrating on cleaning up here. I can't be competent. Yeah, for Ghost Rider, there you go. I was probably thinking Hellblazer as well, because, yeah, there's supposed to be more Constantine on its way at some point. There wasn't there plans for Constantine 2. But that all went away with, like, Warner trying to do Dark Justice League and stuff like that, and then there was the TV shows, the Constantine, Hellblazer TV show. Yes, I know that is DC. That's why I was saying about Warner, because they own the rights to it. But yeah, I was getting the properties mixed up. So yeah, I meant Ghost Rider. Hey Cinder, how are we? Are we prepared for battle this evening?
I think it's time we blow.
I mean, maybe my brain was there because I think like hasn't been like the one go-to fan casting people had for Ghost Rider was Keanu Reeves, who obviously did a version of John Constantine. We had the movie version, and then we had the TV version, and there's going to be a newer version of Constantine as of tomorrow, right? Because in Sandman, we're going to have Joanna Constantine. Think of all the Marvel characters and then think of them going Ghost Rider. Well, I mean, the reason is that people are speculating, especially with like the game on its way, and the fact that they've already done like the weirder, creepy shit with Doctor Strange, and obviously we've got Blade and stuff like that on the way. We might be looking at a Midnight Suns project at some point. And if you can't really do Midnight Suns without Hellrider. I did it again. Ghost Rider. I don't know why I keep going with Hellrider. Well, yeah, I mean, but apparently that Morbius is still stuck firmly in the Spider-Verse. Sony still have those rights. They did so well with them, right? I mean, I've not watched Morbius, but I saw everything that was said about it. So, you know, I'm not in a hurry to watch it either. Also, what was that? You think so? You have a few little bits to clear up. I mean, preparing for war is a difficult task. Not going to deny it. I was trying to do like a quick and dirty character sheet for the Battalion on D&D Beyond, just so I can like not have to futz with finding. Well, I guess I can just Google roll. What was it? 20 d6s for onion breath or whatever. But yeah, just see if I could knock together a quick character sheet that way. Which I might be able to do. I might do that before this evening's game. Remember seeing a moral game, and at the end it tells you to, your kill count. I got a 70. Oh, you okay? Hellraiser is Pinhead. Hellblazer is the John Constantine stuff. Hellrider is not a thing. Ghost Rider is. There's a lot of hell involved. And of course, you also had at the same time Hellboy, which I believe, I want to say, like when Hellboy was coming out, I think there was like rights issues, and it was going to be called Hellraiser or Hellblazer or something like that. And then obviously the lawyers got involved, IPs and all that. Oh, there was emote only. I'm sorry. I was distracted by cleaning. I apologize, Hylot. There you go. I'll push the button for you. You're happy now? Right, okay. There you go. Right. The clock starts once more. I will carry on talking to myself, and then we'll figure out where we're at. So yeah, but my point was, what characters, what projects do people think we'll see in the upcoming? Because obviously at Comic-Con, they announced some stuff. People still know that like we're going to get an X-Men or mutant type thing. Nobody has any idea who the Final Fantasy Fantastic Four are going to be. But yeah, like there's all the projects on the way. But you know, has anybody got like ones they think will happen or they would like to see come to fruition, and what the fan casting might be? And I will guess I will get my answers in a moment when I turn the chat back on from emote only. This is giving you all a chance to have a think. There you go. Pilot was just forcing you all into a consideration mode rather than just blurting out what first comes into your mind. So I'm all for like just saying the first thing that comes into your head. That's all improv is, right? Yes, and. Because nobody ever got into trouble by just opening their mouth, saying stuff, and not considering what it is, the words that are escaping from their mouth. That never has bad consequences. Alright, is that 2 minutes? I feel like that's probably 2 minutes, right? I'm so precise with these kind of things. Yeah, let me switch that back on. Yeah, there you go. Right, there you go. You can give me your answers then now, can't you? But not enough people mention Dark Horse. But don't DC now own Dark Horse? I'm pretty sure, you know, weirdly DC own a lot of, like, IPs from, like, the smaller comic vendors. Because they brought them up over the years. Ding. Because, what was it? I'm sure Hellboy and Sandman and things like that were Vertigo comics, right? But now, I know Warner definitely owns Vertigo. I'm sure Dark Horse as well is, they brought up at some point. Also, how loud is it today? I haven't altered it, but it does seem a little bit more on the louder side than... Yeah, it's gone back up to max. I don't know why it keeps resetting the audio. I'm going to bring you down to there. Let's try that. Also, greetings, Shinobi. Can't find anything on Google. Other than looking for, I guess, DC, look for, you know, IP, well, not IPs, I guess it's all the subsidiaries of Warner Brothers, which Warner Brothers, no, I guess, because, what was it, Discovery brought Warner? Wow, okay. So many companies that own companies that own companies now, right? Yeah, because, obviously, DC is owned by Warner. Warner, got sold to Discovery, and then obviously DC. I know, I want to say during like the late 80s, early 90s, went on a spending spree buying different kind of properties. Okay, the platform, the deck isn't quite there yet. Okay, wow. Okay, I guess we've got like some fairly burnt in stuff, which we weren't able to see. Dark Horse is still separate. I honestly thought it would have been brought up. Ah, interesting. Okay, well, this is one. Who is it that does Judge Dredd in 2000 AD? I can't remember what the label is for them. And are they still independent? Because I know we have got like a what is it? It's oh, I can't remember what the comic book one. Is it Rogue Warrior? It's the one that Duncan Jones is working on and has been for a while, which is obviously a 2000 AD comic book adaptation. But it definitely feels like it would be the sort of thing that's going to be put out under the Warner Brothers studio type situation. Be a Warner or a Sony project, probably. Good plug. Right, is there dirt down there? There is. There's a little bit. Also some on the skirt here. Who's going to buy out Sony? I mean, wasn't there rumor a while ago that Disney may have, like, eyed up the possibility? At the same time, they were, like, you know, they'd gone on a spending spree on, like, various production companies and stuff like that. Yeah, 2000 AD is basically where Judge Dredd came from. But yeah, it started its life as an independent British comic label. But like I said, I don't know if it got brought out at any point. It definitely feels like it would be the sort of thing during the early 2000s, like, you know, when people... there was a dip in, like, comic book sales and things like that. It would have been the sort of thing, like, they would have struggled and potentially got brought out by someone. I mean, I might be just imagining it, but I'm pretty sure there was a situation where something like that happened, because there was a lot of, like, independent publishers basically got brought out by bigger entities because they couldn't afford to exist any longer on their own. Warner wouldn't buy Sony, no. Like I said, Disney, at least I think I said Disney. My brain might not be quite there. But yeah, Disney, when they... So I want to say it was like, there was rumor and speculation when they were basically fully taking over things like Pixar and stuff like that. That there might have been, like, rumor about them buying up Sony at that point. Nope. Can't see Totter on there. Right, I think we're having to get the scaffolding now, right? This fence is done. All the platform is okay. Platform trim. Right, is it the underside? Yeah, it's probably the underside. Each of these platform trims separate? Yes, they are. Okay, right. Yeah, let's do the underside. Oh yeah. I think I saw something the other day. Yeah, I think it was about, like, obviously, it's currently going through, like, all the various governments and that around the world, like Monopolies Commission type stuff. The Activision Blizz sale to Microsoft. And there was something, Sony's kind of, like, put it in its two penneth and said it would be bad for the industry because of stuff like Call of Duty, because it's a dominant IP and things like that. To be owned solely by Microsoft would be bad. And somebody showed, like, the market cap of Sony compared to the market cap for Microsoft. I think Sony's worth, like, 164 billion or so, is something along those lines, whereas Microsoft is worth 2.3 trillion. So Microsoft just has all the money. They could literally buy up every publisher and studio and still have change left over, right? No question about it. From, like, yo. Oh, Black Ops, okay. I mean, there might have been contractual rights why they couldn't spring off and do something different. Because, like, the industry is terrified of, like, anything new and different. They would rather just rinse an IP out. Because, you know, there's safety in like familiarity, isn't there, of established IP. They know it's at least this bankable. Nobody wants to take like a fraction of the money it would cost to maintain these huge behemoth IPs and give it to a smaller team to just do something innovative. What with 164 billion? How will they keep the lights on, especially in this day and age? Yeah, especially with like the energy bills going up by 300%. Who knows? Right. Okay. Have I done everything kind of ground level? I think I have now, haven't I? There's not a lot else I can do ground level. I think we have to start going up. But you know, I can see a bunch of dirt there. We might as well go. I did a pretty decent job with like several of these pods, didn't I? Yeah, you have to win the lottery just in order to put a full tank in the of petrol in. We'll all be in Lecky cars by then. Yeah, and nowhere to charge the fuckers up. No, I mean, it is intriguing, like, the various, like, ideas folk have for, like, how to, like, change what has become the established infrastructure of, like, the entire motor industry. Like, the whole thing with, like, where petrol stations are and things like that. Because, you know, filling up a tank of petrol is quick. Charging a car is not. Even if it was, like, rapid charging, it's still, like, what, minimum? Like 20 minutes or something like that? Whereas to fill up your tank is, like, 2. Rapid charge, you'd get, like, maybe 5% of your batteries in 20 minutes. You can get a full tank in 2 minutes. That's a big difference, and it would change everything. But yeah, you'd need like basically just like democratizing like electricity throughout entire neighborhoods and cities and towns and that. Like they would have to be dedicated. I think at one point people were saying like every street light would have to have a plug in it. Which if you park up on the street, you could just plug into the grid via the street lights. Which, I mean, that's the kind of thing you would have to have, or the whole thing of like entire lanes in the road would be like have to be induction charging pads, and electrical EVs would have to have like some kind of like wireless charging technology, so that as they're driving along, you know, just that this induction charging would happen through the road. But yeah, as much as I am as a proponent for like innovation and electric vehicles are good in principle, but in practice it's going to take a lot more than just some expensive cars to wean society off gasoline, right? We have become the dystopian future that is Mad Max. You've been in bed, asleep, or watching something for like 2 hours. What? Well, it's not me you've been watching for 2 hours. I've only been here for like 20 minutes, right? I guess 40 minutes is saying I've been live. But, you know, close enough. Oh no, half the day's already gone and you're basically just been lying in bed. I mean, unless you were needed, then maybe you were making... you're conserving energy. There you go. We're talking about electric vehicles. All you're doing is conserving energy. slide off the edge. I mean, I'm not getting everything, but at least up here we're admiring the view. Couldn't sleep last night, and it was so frustrating. Yeah, I had trouble getting to sleep last night as well. I don't know what it was. It's not like it's oppressively warm at the moment, so I don't think it was that. I just couldn't get comfortable. Okay. There's some dirt on that light up there, which I can't quite get to. You were warm. Yeah, well, thankfully... I mean, the shorts have come out again today, because it's warming up outside by the time I was, like, closing the windows and the curtains. But I don't know whether it's going to be, you know, hot today. But, I mean, it's always hot whilst you radiant individuals are here with us. But no, I have no idea why I can, like, settle off last night. Maybe there's stuff playing on my mind, I don't know. If it was playing on my mind, surely I would know. Unless it's some kind of unconscious thing. J-Station is going to make a video about summoning Amy Schumer at 3 AM so she can make sex jokes and steal some. Oh, okay. You were up till 3 because you were wanting to watch the first ep on Dimension 20. How was it? I guess I will have to wait until it makes its way to YouTube. Because, I mean, Dimension 20 do tend to put, like, the first episodes up. Basically, as a hit here, the first taste is free. Classic drug dealer marketing. The first taste is always free. Did we have an Evan Kelp moment? Where just the entire cast and Abrea just crack up laughing at something Brennan says. I feel like you can't have Brennan in the player's seat without one of those moments, right? Yeah, like, okay, right. We're gonna have to accept it. Time to get the scaffolding out. I mean, the first taste is always free, right? Right? How else are they supposed to get the kids to, you know, give up all their pocket money? Oh, you're planning on playing Stray in front of your cat, are you? You're going to be one of those people with the videos on Twitter and TikTok and everything else of, like, your cat just constantly patting at the monitor, going, why can't I play with the kitty too? Do we think we're going to get a Stray 2 and it's just a Stray doggy instead? Or maybe it goes full John Wick. The dog is seeking out vengeance for something bad that happened to the cat. Checking the view of the volcano from the top of the wheel. I think we have seen the volcano. I can't remember whereabouts it is. There it is, yeah. Especially when it's smoking like it is right now. It's Stray 2, it's just like the robots... you discover there's a robot, like, animal control robot, which is there just trying to take them to the pound. You want a game like Stray, but you play as a rat, and you've got to steal things from humans. I mean, I feel like there's been various games where you've been like a small rodent, and there's definitely stealing is involved. Also, I'm realizing we should really have this tower the other way around, shouldn't we? The scaffolding. If I was to ready. Right. Okay. If we do that. Oh no. Okay, it's not going to let me... I just wanted to turn it round. Okay, fine. We're going to have to be on the floor to do this. Wow, okay. I can apparently slide... I just want it as close as we can get it. There you go. Right. Yeah, this is probably better, having, like, the open side to the A-frame, right? Yeah, I'm one of those goats that just, like, stand on the sheer cliff faces. Right. Anyway, did I get an answer to my question at all of, like... What Marvel movies projects are people wanting to see, and what's people's fan casting? I feel like we went off on many tangents, but that's nothing new for us. Yeah, I mean, what's on, like, everyone's watching it? Or have people gone full kind of like they've reached the Marvel burnout? Because it is like, you see many articles going, is this the death of superhero movies? Yeah, getting Charlie Cox back as Daredevil. I mean, there's obviously... we're getting a whole series, but he's also going to be appearing in She-Hulk and presumably also Echo. So he's getting his payday. I'm trying to think of, like, what else has Charlie Cox done other than, obviously, Daredevil and, like... I guess the thing that gave him a break was Stardust, wasn't it? But, you know, without going on IMDb, I have nothing in mind of, like, what he previously starred in before those. The CGI on, like, one of the trailers looked... Well, the earlier trailer did look a bit plasticky. But as people said... there's obviously things like it was an early one. YouTube compression is never good. Also, the difference between a movie budget size thing like the Avengers movie down to TV. Obviously, the special effects houses are probably pinching the pennies. But also, you know, that was early, but hopefully it's going to be better by the time it airs, which is in a couple of weeks' time, right? And it's a weird thing about, like, how you shoot, like, the difference, light, male and female characters. Obviously, the idea is you always, if you look at any way that's a cinematographer and that's like portrays the male face as opposed to a female face, it's always like ingrained that male face should like show like all the roughness and like the like stubble and cracks and you know, wrinkles and things like that, whereas female face is like the aesthetic has always been like as like smooth and flawless as possible. when you do that in CG, then it suddenly becomes like it looks like a plastic doll, and you get into uncanny valley territory. So if you do the side by side of like what Mark Ruffalo's Hulk looks like, you can see like the stubble and the all the pores and things like that. It was always going to be difficult to make a realistic looking, but I mean it is the thing of like. Also, you are trying to do a more realistic looking face with She-Hulk than you are with Hulk, because Hulk is kind of very square and they don't look quite human, whereas She-Hulk is just human but green. So then you're very much into uncanny valley territory again. The robots got angry that you kept tripping them up. Clearly. Well, Daredevil kind of hampered his ability to do auditions because he kept instinctively pointing his ears at people when they spoke to him because he played a blonde character for so long. Blind character for so long. It'd be amazing if it was because he was just constantly had a blonde wig on. Right. How are we doing? We're at 85%, but it's going to be tiny little bits along edges. We knew that full well this was going to be a pig of a one to do. As to where the Shang-Chi and all the other end credit scenes are leading to. True! I mean, there was like... presumably it's something to do with, like, aren't they, like, almost splitting, like, all the Marvel stuff up into, like, 3 categories? The outer space cosmic-y stuff, the weird, like, supernatural stuff, and then everything else. Well, I guess everything's set on Earth, then. And it did look like, well, you kind of got this sense of, like, Shang-Chi was... Well, I mean, it's dealing with magic and mysticism type thing, and then it goes on, brings in like, well, this is alien technology. I have no idea where this comes from. Did it just take a hard left from going, well, this is all the magic stuff. Oh no, now it's fitting into the cosmic bit of Marvel. But yeah. It'll be interesting to see where they take it. Presumably, if it was in an end credit sequence, it's got to tie in somewhere. I mean, there's probably entire videos out there on the internet of, like, all the plot holes and where, like, Marvel haven't paid off any plot lines for, like, the various post-credit sequences or just something mentioned in one of the movies. Because it was this thing put in by the producers and the writers, which never got fully explored. Magic is cosmic. That's what it seems like. True. I mean, wasn't it like the pitch in Doctor Strange 1 was like magic is really just knowing the source code to the universe. That was like how they were trying to ground it. That might potentially get up there. I mean, I might be able to get to this and then up. There we go. Right, we're in. Sure, whilst we're in here, we'll do this. Cats are always dependent on until they need feeding. I don't need your help. Literally 1 hour later. Please feed me. Yeah. To a cat, a human's just there to provide the food, right? Everything else, they can fuck off. Magic is just pressing inspect element on the fabric of reality. Cling. Right. do you? That's it. I've never really been a cat person. I know I've had friends that have had cats, but most of the time, like, when I've gone around a friend's house and got a cat, if the cat was in the room when I first got there, the moment the door opens, they just fuck off anyway. So I haven't done much in the way of kitty cuddles or anything like that. Whereas a dog, immediately, if you walk into a room with a dog, they bound up to you. Then there may be some barking, but immediately it's just, love me, scratch my belly, oh, just there, the foot goes. For the most part, cats just, like, see an opportunity to make a break for it, and will. If somebody fresh comes into the room, that's it, the door's open, I'm leaving. Any kind of pet, you're all good. Does this include scalies? What about lizards and snakes and maybe creepy crawlies? Except snakes. Oh, okay, yeah. So there are exceptions. There's always exceptions to prove the rule. Oh, guinea pigs. Okay, so little small. I was going to say, yeah, they are rodents, aren't they? Small mammals. I think that's like the official terminology in like pet stores and things like that. That small mammals, because that's your rabbits and your guinea pigs and hamsters and rats and that. I should know. My sister does work in a pet store, so you'd stab a spider. I mean, depending on the type of spider, I mean, it would definitely have a try stabbing you back, or at least biting you back, right? You've got a pretty nasty phobia of snakes. They are a strong no-no for you. Good, I'll just mark that down on the list of what to throw at Caesius when he comes back then, right? Good to know. Walk or run? Depends on the size of them, I'm guessing. And how many. Walk away and never come back. Yeah, okay. We got the pod. Is it a case of walk so that they can't sense the fear and chase after you? If you walk away, they might not notice. Yeah, walk away so they don't notice. Straight to the South Pole. Right. How are we doing? 87%. Okay, we were on the other side for this part. From here, it does look like the bucket down there is a bit dirty. Yeah, this outer beam apparently still is in need of cleaning. It was in need of cleaning, now it is. You remember seeing a spider on your knee, you jumped and slapped it, let it suffer. Fuck that. I'm imagining you definitely, like, did at least 2 foot straight up from, like, a standing or sitting position. Immediately. It was almost like a levitation kind of situation. Hey, get used to it. Bugs are the future, right? I mean, they're going to be our go-to protein source when, you know, the various weather disasters land and there's no grazing grounds for any livestock. We're all going to have to start eating bugs. Who here's watched... Oh, what is it? Snowpiercer. You have, you know the scene I'm thinking about right now. We're eating those giant gelatine cockroach bars. Yeah, see, exactly! Yeah, I mean, if there are no, like, cows and sheep and things like that, there's definitely going to be some folks that are going to, like, start super breeding cockroaches to have more meat on them, right? Definitely feels like a... I'm trying to think, like, ones that do... all I can think of is, like, GlaxoSmithKline that do all the, like... No, it's going to be Nestle. Nestle are definitely one of the evil companies in the world, right? They're the ones that are going to start breeding super cockroaches for better sustenance. Now the question is, you know, if they start making bigger bugs as a food supply, would that mean they have to ban spiders being a natural predator for like most bugs, or as they make bigger like locusts and cockroaches and things like that for to feed the world? Welcome, Thika. How are we? Sorry, Thikya. You join us in like weird tangent territory. We started with like Marvel movies, and now we've moved on to pets and like what bugs would have to eat in the future because, you know, natural disasters have wiped out all grazing for, you know, everyone. So it basically turns into that bit out of Snowpiercer. Weird territory is the best. I mean, it's where we make our bread and butter, right? Pretty much this is the entire live streaming space. It's just like weird shit. Somebody doing something inane, like, you know, cleaning a Ferris wheel. Just talking inane shit. This is where I make my home. Just talking about bullshit. But yeah, where was I at? Yeah, so if they're super breeding cockroaches and locusts, does that mean we're going to get either less spiders because there's going to be like government mandated things like that, you can't keep them and things like that, they become more rare, or would they get bigger to compensate for the larger prey? Would we have super spiders? The spoke looks like it is completely done. Actually, it's not the spoke, it's the star face, isn't it? The star face is done. Center shaft bearing. Center support isn't. Instant concern. And you'll see a post about someone being called. Already like roach farmers that have started selectively breeding them for yeah. I am not surprised. Oop, I fell down. though in the falling process, I think I saw bits of stuff on the main beam, which we need to maybe take care of. Right, let's have a look. Any glowy bits? Yeah, just like round the edge there. But like I said, I think I saw it was like 2 floors up. So right, like 2 floors up. Guess not, actually. I mean, this isn't complete yet. So it does still have dirt on it somewhere. Oh, along the edge there. And at the base. Okay, right. Can't wait for your future career as a giant mantis farmer. Well, I mean, it's nice to have a career path laid out for you, isn't it? Have you fallen down the rabbit hole of it, Illuminati, of just looking at, like, parrots and cockatoos and things like that, just, like, screaming insults at people? And the soothing sound of power washing would keep you company through the rest of the workday. I'm sorry, we'll move off from giant bugs. I don't know how we got there. Actually, no, I do. I think we need to blame Illuminati. Wasn't it you that was going on about Stray, the game? So we went from Stray to dogs to other types of animals, and then we got onto bugs. I think that was the logical path there. I mean, it doesn't seem logical, but it was the path we went down. Yeah, I'm not seeing any more dirt on it, even though it's not completed yet. So there's something. Maybe it's hiding behind the actual beam. Oh, there you go. We saw it as we went down. It's all along the back side of it there. Okay, right. I need to get up in one of the buckets, don't I? Probably. Need to be in a, like, bucket there so I can actually see that side. Otherwise I'm going to have issues. Right. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, fuck. Well, I fucked that one up. No. Maybe we can do it from this side. I just need to get in this bucket. There you go. We got in the bucket. Right. I just need to... Well, I don't know if I am going to be able to get an angle on it. That's unfortunate. Right. McDonald's has, like, rodents and rats crawling in their walls. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, to be honest. Alright. From down here, can I just, like, shoot upwards? If we did the Twizzly one. There we go. That was all we needed. We needed the Twizzle stick. Right, okay. 88%. Where's all the dirt at? A-frame support. Good. A-frame support. Good. Center pillar. Good. I think we're just going to have to look at the list, aren't we? To be perfectly honest. Okay, right. Barriers, 3%. Well, we haven't done anything at the front there. Pods. There's 2 more pods that need to be cleaned. And frames. 2 more. Front outer beams. So that's the front. We're working on the back at the moment. So yeah, we've still got a bunch out the front. Front spokes. Rear outer beams, rear spokes. Entry mat. Fences are all done. Handrails. That's probably the kind of the entrance bit as well. Posts. Signs. Okay, so yeah, I think it's like the... Let's do the other pods. Okay. Those 2 over there. it's not quite there yet. Doesn't look like the underside, so it's probably stuff inside it, one would presume. That's a general statement about a huge change store. Probably zone locations, but not all. I mean, it's... possibly not all of them, but it's, as an entity, it's certainly going to be a percentage, right? It's going to be all on the back here, which we're not going to be able to see and do. Yeah, it's all on the back. We're going to have to scooch this around. Right, I think we're setting the wheel running, aren't we? The only way we're going to be able to get the sides of these. Okay, right. Whee! I mean, that said, I can maybe... Let's see. Oh no, it's going to have to be a bit wider than that. There we go. We managed to get that one. What about swizzle stick from up? No. Too high up. Right. Just need to wait for you to come around. So we only have one more bucket. If that's on kind of ground level, we might be able to get to the spokes we're missing at the front and back as well. One would hope. Whilst we're waiting, let's, you know, have a sip of coffee. Right. Where's the glowy one? It was a yellow bucket, wasn't it? Yeah, it's that one that's just coming round now. Yeah, there. Obviously, it's that one. Okay. Let's get it parked in the middle. Make it nice and easy for me. Come on. Boop. There you go. Perfect. Have you worked loads of fast food jobs then, Vic? Yeah. And has it been just stuff like McDonald's? Or have you done like a restaurant as well? I mean, I will say I've done retail, but I've never done had to suffer doing kind of serving. My hat goes off to those that have, because that feels, if regular retail is a thankless task, it's above and beyond those that have to deal with like morons asking for food, right? Because, you know, you hear stories. Just, yeah, some people can be awful. And when it comes to, like, you know, what's the phrase? Don't fuck with people that serve you your food. That's going to end badly, but some people still insist on doing so. Yeah, it's obviously it tends to be like, you know, student gig, right? Let's do swizzling. There we go, swizzle. Right, oh, I can see all the dirt there. Swizzle, swizzle, swizzle. There we go. It probably, yeah, it does probably vary from country to country, but it's that universal thing. I don't think I've heard of anywhere in the world where, like, there's horror stories of people that work retail, but there's also horror stories that people having to work in restaurants and things like that. Because it's just some people, like, a person can be a smart individual, you know, pleasant, empathetic, things like that. But in general, people en masse are knuckle-dragging morons. That at the moment they have, like, that any sense of, like, power, and it kind of is that whole thing of, like, when you go to a restaurant, because you're literally ordering food, this whole thing of, like, I have a server. It's just like in the, like, even just in the pure language of it, it's like, it's immediately, even though these people are doing their best, working hard, and everything like that, some people just think they're below them because they get to order somebody around to get them their food. So yeah, people are awful in general. As a species. Maybe the cockroaches deserve to take over. At least they ain't mean. People are mean. Right. Okay, how are we doing? Pissed you off. He was working at Tesco, double scanned her items. People get nuts if they think someone below their station is standing between them and their dinner. I swear. Yeah, I guess it could be something primal about, like, it is a person stopping me getting from my food. I guess it could be that, but in general, it's just some people are just born to be dicks. So don't be those people. Be nice to other people. Because in general, life goes a lot better if you are. Screaming and shouting at someone does not get the desired results. Okay. How are we doing? Okay, so there's one more pod frame. Front, well, we're at the back at the moment, aren't we? Rear. 3 of and 1 spoke. So what's the difference between the outer beams and the spokes? That's a spoke. Those are the outer beams, those are the outer beams. Okay, right. Ugh. Right. That's good. That's good. That is okay. Get up to there. Let's see. That's not. I can see the dirt there immediately. Right. Probably not going to be able to get all the angles on this. There you go, right. See, can I see those from here? We go all the way up to the top. There we go, right. Swizzle stick. Generally think I'm in the wrong angle for this. I don't think we're going to be able to do this. I think we're going to have to scooch this scaffold along a bit. So like here, maybe? Yeah, that'll probably do it. Okay. Okie dokie. Right. Let's get up to a higher elevation and maybe we can clean up. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, we can see the dirt. Actually, I probably don't need that now. Probably get away with this. Or maybe not. That might have been the last frame we needed. That is a thing. That's enough for that. go. Ding. Ding. Right, where are we at? So, rear outer beams. All the spokes are done. There is one more beam somewhere. Ain't that one. Ain't that one. It is that one. I think we're going to have to rotate it around to be able to get it. I think it's on the top bit. I can get to there. I might be able to do something. Ready. Ready. We got up. So, is that dirt? That is indeed dirt. Okay. At least these days, if I'm getting shit on, it's because it's by patients with legit neurological deficits. Okay, so I take it from that you are working in, well, certainly a medical field. And what are we working hours, if you don't mind me asking? Is it kind of psychiatrist, psychologist, care assistant, counselor? Right. What was it? It was the horizontal beam up there, wasn't it? Can I get to it? Let's see. Precariously balancing. Oh, no, that was a mistake. Oh, I recovered from it. I recovered. Okay. You brought a new GTA car. So, how many I presume this is obviously going to be GTA. Oh, no, I'm trying to go along the beam. Go along the beam. Go along the beam. Oh, just hospital and bin. Okay. There we go. Right. There we go. We got a ding. Right. So, is that all the back ones then? It should be, right. Rear outer beams, rear outer spokes, star panels. And the front ones, there's 2 outer beams. That's it. Oh, don't fall. We need to see. That's good. That's... Actually, no, we're not getting them highlighted, so I can't tell. Outer beam. Ah, no, it's because I've got the reticle way off it, but because this is the spinny one, the reticle is never actually where I'm pointing, is it? If we were to go to that, there we can actually highlight it. Okay, so that's outer beam. Outer beam. Outer beam, good. It's this one we're on. Okay. Okay, yeah, well, we can see the culprit right now, can't we? There we go. Perfect. You enjoyed parkouring on this wheel as it was spinning round, did you? Right. That's good. That's good. Probably that one up there. Yeah, it's absolutely that one up there. Right. You know what? We'll just have this spin round towards us. So it's basically the thing that is up right there. So once that white bucket is kind of like, I guess in the middle, that'll be good enough. Alright. Come on. Where's the overcharge button for this to make this spin quicker? There we go. Right. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. We could have done with it coming a bit lower then, possibly. There we go. Right, perfect. Okay, so where are we at? Barriers, that's all the stuff at the front. Stuff that might be at the side. Handrails. posts. Let's say those are probably at the front as well. I think we've done everything that is actually the wheel itself, right? I'm making a leap here, but I think we have. So now we just get to deal with all of this. We'll leave the sign for last. Theoretically, this should be nice and easy. If I've got it right, if we've done everything on the wheel, there's not going to be any awkward having to grab the scaffolding and such like. Just plough through all this dirt. Oh, you like the Saturday stopwatch thing? Yeah, well, I think... Where are we at? I think Dark Souls 2 has managed to survive 6 sessions? 7? 6 or 7 at this point. So, ironically, you know, Dark Souls 2 has not died. Despite me dying, what was it, 101 times? Up to this point. I think the last time we looked at the counter, it was 101. Yes, it went down to 2 minutes this past Saturday. I think it might be coming towards its end, but who knows? Who knows? But yeah, it definitely went down to the wire this last week. Who would have thought they had a red carpet under here? Apparently these tiny little bits on the side are enough to keep it from being perfectly clean. There you go. Dirt back there. Alright, I think we're starting to move into, like, okay, I'm in the zone now. It's because I'm not having to parkour around. I can, like, relax a bit. I just stand here and just hose all this down. I can go into nice chill mode. Who knows what we've got after this? I mean, it was mentioning the volcano. I don't think we're going to go and clean the volcano. Okay, right. Come on. Come on. Enough for the posts. They're just gonna be like awkward bits just on the inside of the post. Probably. There you go. Let's just do all the posts then. Hopefully we've got all the awkward bits. So just that. There you go. Perfect. And likewise. There you go. Okay. Did you look at the volcano from the top of the wheel? Pretty sure we looked at it. Where was it again? It's out there somewhere. Yeah, we did, like, get up to the top and we could see it. Because we had also had the text message going. Isn't the view of the volcano magnificent? Right. One post, sign, and 2-star support poles. So one of these posts isn't done yet. We did all these ones, didn't we? Post. 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 That's good. That's good. That's good. And that's good. Yeah. So there's another post somewhere we missed? Where's this last post? Like, all the ones we're looking at are clean, as far as I can tell. Yeah, okay, right. We're going to have to highlight that specific post, I guess. What's glowing? Seriously. I'm not seeing a glowing post. Where is it? Hello? Oh, it's the for the staircase. I generally thought it was these posts. But I guess because they're all part of the same thing. Ah, right, okay. Guess it's the back of that bit there. There we go. Right. The sign and the star posts. That's the sign. Just specifically the star support pole. Ah, no, star support poles are something to do with the actual star, so... It's not the A-frame. What are the star support poles, then? I think we missed something on... Ah, no, it's going to be the little things, bars on the side, isn't it? Like, yes, that thing right there. Okay, yes, okay. We weren't complete up there. That one? It was that one, right. I'm gonna have to swizzle, aren't I? We're probably going to have to get up there or bring it down to us. How's this one? Oh, because we're not angled. That one's okay, so clearly this one. What about the one above it? Okay, so it's these two, it seems. Do you see anybody else, noob? I mean, you've been here long enough to know I mostly play games on my own. If I'm playing with others, they would be in the Discord, and you would have seen that by now. Right, so we need to rotate round what? 3 buckets? 2 buckets. Always playing with myself, yeah. So you can't have the camera on constantly because that's definitely against Twitch terms of service. That's for the only fans page, right? Right. There we go. So yeah, it is this one. Oh.
Get on
Go
with
on.
it. Yes, get on with it.
Come on. Let's go. In here. Oh, damn it. I can parkour. I can parkour. Come on. Parkour. Parkour. Oh, no. The other side. Oh. It's slippery when wet, okay? I've been spraying loads of water at it. That's why I keep falling off. Also, I don't think you're supposed to really, like, teeter-totter on all of these things, particularly. There we go. Ding. And this was our last one. There we go. Right. So, just the sign now. Okay, good. Good, 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 good. I mean, admittedly, yes, it does have multiplayer, but it didn't have multiplayer when we started it, back in whenever. That got added after the fact. You believe that I believe I can parkour. At least, I don't know whether it's I have confidence in myself or you have confidence that I have confidence in myself. Regardless, I mean, at least there's a semblance of belief there. The question is, because this is a little bit jutted out, there's going to be bits of dirt right on top of it as well, aren't there? I am going to have to climb up. Right, let's see if I can, like, go from the staircase. Yeah, I can see the bits of dirt. Right, let's see if I can go... No, not quite. No, no, no. Jump, jump. Damn it. Fine, I'll get the ladders then. God damn it. Forcing me to play the game that it wants me to play. Right. Okay, right. Now I can get on top. There we go. So, I mean, with all that, noob, is this actually a game in your library? And have you played it, be it either solo or with people? Right. The only problem is, now the ladders are in the way, we're going to be able to shift them to somewhere so they're out of the way. I guess I have to put them around the back. That's the thing, you can't put them back down once you've activated the ladders, that's it. The Trance Master! But couldn't get the trance music running. Apparently there's a bit of dirt somewhere. Is it a bit of paint on the... Yes, it's on inside the lip there. So we may still need those ladders. So I can actually... Sure, let's put them there. There we go. Okay, that's all we required. Okay. Come on. Right, we're almost there. So who's running this? Di and Bree. Strobe. Is it Bree or Bry? I mean, I guess it could be Bry. Yeah, I guess Bree would be spelled slightly differently. B-R-I-E. There we go. Job's done. We get to admire our handiwork. Move the ladder out the way. I just want to throw it to one side. Here, we'll put it on top of the generator. There you go. We can't see it then. Step back and admire our handiwork. Thank you, Cinder. There you go. Right. And I can also have a sipping. Cheers. Also, I like how they've had to do like slightly distorted to actually fit in the GIF playback. Right. Let us continue. Now we need to do a subway platform. Worth $2,000. Okay, so this is a big complex job then. Are we near the end? Do we know if this is the last one? Because I want to say this is probably on par with like the treehouse. The whole thing was super satisfying to have on second monitor. There you go. Right, okay. Yeah, this is going to take a while, probably. Admittedly, apart from like the roof, it's not like there's going to be like weird, awkward bits underneath scaffolding and stuff like that, right? Right? It's not the last one. Okay. Right, let's pick a starting point. Also, which way did we come in? We came in this way, so we've got to imagine the camera's back here. So, I'm going to say... nope. Oh, the contrast isn't good. The slightly muckier wall, so I've got better contrast. Come on. We're doing it on this wall, and this won't be the one that's highlighted in the playback, right? I mean, we could hedge our bets by putting it on the other wall as well. There you go. Right. I'm hoping the camera's somewhere like here. If so, we've got it in. We're all right. If not, I guess we just do. I mean, I'm not on YouTube anymore, but we do like and subscribe, right? Just in case it's pointing this way. There you go. Right. I've got to presume it's going to, like, be an angle that's looking at one of the walls, because it's something like that, right? Oh, yeah, it's probably going to be a completely different direction. So, yeah, we're not allowed to do the walls yet. I guess I could... You know what? We'll start on the ground then. Also, did you actually answer my question, Noob? You did, I missed it. And once again, you know, lots of water, exposed third rail. Definitely going to electrocute myself. Is this one you've actually played, either solo or with other people? Not as of yet. Does this mean... yeah, wasn't it... yeah, I think when it got its 1.0 release, it was part of Game Pass, I think. Hey, with transit cuts, who knows? Somebody might have forgot to flip a switch. And they've just left this thing live for who knows how long. I guess it'd be depending on how many fried rats are on the third rail, right? Yeah, is there anything actually interesting or cool looking on Game Pass this month? I mean, admittedly, I don't have Game Pass, but, you know, I'm at least intrigued. What of the new releases is getting a day-and-date, day one release on Game Pass? Oh, the... no, Dusk Falls was last month, wasn't it? South of the Circle? Cult of the Lamb? I doubt something like Saints Row is getting day and date. I'm gonna butcher this. Ayunden Chronicle. Well, I mean, it definitely sounds like a JRPG. But I don't recognise the name. And it's a fairly kind of different looking name, so it would probably stick in the memory. What's its gimmick? What's its selling point? Scorn and Plague Tale Requiem's this month. I thought it was like September, October time. Likewise with Scorn. I didn't realise they were both August. I thought we had like a few more months until those. Wow, they're both... really? Okay. 10th month. I was going... yeah, I was going to say, I thought they were like September, October time. I would have... because they're on my list of games I do want to play. I did really enjoy the first Plague Tale. And Scorn, I mean, it's just basically H.R. Geiger the game, right? That art style. Admittedly, like, there was a demo of it going back a year or so ago, and people said it was a bit lackluster. Hopefully they've been able to, like, beef up, like, the game feel of it. Yes, I've heard of Sudoku. Yeah. So we don't know if there's anything like obvious standout. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I know this month has got a few notable releases going on, a few things on my list. Hard West 2 today, Cult of the Lamb next week, Saints Row is the 18th it's out, I think it is. There's definitely a few things on my list for this month, but I didn't know what was potentially a Game Pass release. Never played Playtale Innocence because the game threw a hide section at you and didn't really tell you, and I just went, fuck this. And by hide, do you mean the run and hide from the monster? And normally they piss me the fuck off. But, I mean, like I said, I don't recall it, if there was one. So it can't have been too bad not to, like, piss me off either. This game is spiritual successor to, even being made by the original devs. Oh, okay. Right. Is that oil showing up as... Yeah, okay, so I need something to shift the oil, or just, you know, swizzle. Swizzle, get rid of the oil. Yeah, the swizzle gets rid of the oil. We don't need cleaning fluids. We just need pressure. It was just a stealth thing, yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing with that, there was very little combat, because it was mostly like your children going up against armed soldiers. Combat is negligible. I mean, admittedly, towards the end, the girl could pretty much one-shot a bunch of bad guys, but it was a case of, you know, you still need to sneak up to them to get that one-shot. But yeah, I've heard the new one is going to be a little more combat focused, because I think you actually get to use a crossbow this time as opposed to just a sling. So that I think there might be a little more combat focus to it. Also, unless they power down the brother, he is commanding an army of rats still, I presume. What was the kid's name? It was like Hugo, wasn't it? And the girl's name was Ariane or something like that. Yet again, fucked up their vehicles. Oh no. Have we spent several million in-game credits on a car that does not want to work? Now the question is this all purchased through, like, earned currency? Or have you forked out on shark cards? Have you brought into the downfall of the gaming industry by, you know, feeding 2K, Take-Two's, 2K's their separate. Take-Two is the parent company. Take-Two's coffers with yet more microtransaction money. Earned and glitched. Ah, right. So you've acquired additional funds through totally legitimate ways. Why do you need to shout Rockstar, Tora? You refuse to buy them, yeah. I totally didn't... Ah, shouting because you hate... Fair enough, that's a legitimate reason. Yeah, you've seen how long it's taken us to do 4%, which is basically all the floor here, and there's still large patches of oil, which are going to require more elbow grease. You legitimately did every heist 100% all the time. No exploits whatsoever. Do you ever need to actually buy shark cards? I mean, the premise behind all microtransactions, you never need to, but the games definitely do everything in their power to encourage you to, because the grind behind doing it, like, without putting your credit card details in is probably ridiculous. I mean, take Diablo Immortal for one. I think that fully proved the point, didn't it, about like how insidious and, you know, well, how insidious the publishers and developers are in like building an entire game around the microtransaction loop. Fuck that. Criminal Mastermind, Doomsday, never. Boy, is that a setting then? Criminal Mastermind is a setting, or Doomsday, or whatever. Like I said, only ever played GTA 5 when it first came out on 360. I do own it on PC, but I've never gone back to it. I never completed story stuff, and have zero intention of ever doing the online stuff. Also, when are Rockstar pulling the plug on Red Dead Online? 'Cause wasn't that an announcement like a month ago? Which I feel like there's a degree of irony to that, because it was Red Dead they did as like the separate breakaway. They did a Red Dead Online for a $5, right? As opposed to like the base game, which included Red Dead Online. So they did a standalone, and then they pulled the plug on it. Admittedly, there's a probably about 3 years difference between those releases. Well, probably not 3 years, about 2 years, but still. Just proving a point that GTA just makes all the money for them. But stopping updates is always the first sign, right? Then it's scaling back the servers. Then it's just turning them off completely. But Doomsday is the hardest heist, and you do go against juggernauts. Okay. Like I said, have zero interest in either GTA or Red Dead Online, to be perfectly honest. You will see, like, most of my, like, if I ever do online stuff with multiplayer stuff, it always tends to be more like party game type ones. Stuff that I can just like literally pick up, we can play for 20 minutes and then put down. Anything that requires like, oh no, you have to like fully do a dungeon raid, or you have to grind up this much gear and do this. Fuck that noise. I can't be asked with like turning what is supposed to be a fun experience into a job. You can do it multiplayer. Am I? No. There's lame multiplayer missions. This is it. This, like, I feel like a lot of like ones that have the multiplayer element, it feels like the actual gameplay loop is an afterthought. Like, the primary principle is like, okay, how can we just maintain engagement? This has turned into a very ranty stream. I don't know why. But anyway, yeah, it's less about like, how can we have the players have a fun time constantly, just to, how can we keep them engaged and just keep coming back for more? Fun might be the answer, but there's probably a better way that involves microtransactions, right? A lot of it is, you know, a lot of it is FOMO. It's because, like, a lot of multiplayer shooters and that, it's like the skins and things like that. It's not so much, what the gameplay loop is. It tends to be, you're playing with others, and then you see others have, like, this cool skin, or this, some fancy skin for their gun, or they can do this dance, or this, that, and the other. And it's like, okay, well, if you get one person doing that, then the rest of the group will probably do something similar, and then that's what the exponential kind of growth pattern is. You refuse to because everyone in GTA Online has the same IQ of a toddler. It's mostly just scan mission resource, harvest missions, and maybe a kill mission. Is that the No Man's Sky stuff? Some things in games are good. They also have special expeditions, sometimes cola. Well, yeah, because isn't like the expedition thing like been the latest update? It's like, I know when I like set up like single player or multiplayer, and then the single player thing had like the options of like career mode, permadeath, and things like that. The last one did say expedition, but it was a time limited thing for like a month or so. Join, drop a bunch of stuff. Yeah, well, I have zero interest in that. I mean, I've only built a base just so I have a teleporter and, well, now somewhere to put shit. I have zero interest in growing things. Because, I mean, as far as I can tell, there is no need for health packs or anything like that. There's no, like, health seems to be regen, because I guess it's the shield. The only resource you need, really, for health is make sure the oxygen doesn't run out, and there's always a plant you can shoot and get some O2 from. So it doesn't seem like there's a need to grow food or anything like that, so... I guess growables is carbon, which is, like, I guess powering the gun? But... there seems to be enough resources around. I don't need to actually turn it into Stardew Valley and start farming. Endurance is the most recent update, which changed how freighters work. Oh, okay. So that was the one at the end of the list for the time-limited thing. It's getting a big ship called freighter eventually, and then growing the stuff to make things just to sell. Yeah, well, I have zero interest in, like, turning it into a job. I have no interest in that element of the grind. I'm trying to, like... I guess my, like, goals presently in it are maybe, like, get enough of the language elements that we can have a conversation with the NPCs, and... I guess continue finishing off like all the tutorial stuff of like bounce from planet to planet and go and see these monoliths. That's really all we're doing at the moment. That's the only thing that's like driving me on. Oh no, I would definitely be the person that can't shoot anything. I would be that person. I guess this is another reason why I'm not big on multiplayer stuff, because, you know I suck. And I know people are hardcore into, like, the multiplayer shoots and things like that, and I feel like, well, what's the point of me playing, because I am not on anybody's level? I would be purposely bringing a team down, so I wouldn't be having fun, and they clearly wouldn't be having me there. So, let's just not even bother with this. And we got like all the concrete underneath, and a whole 6%. It's not a force grind though. Could be worse. It could be Warframe. I mean, the little bit I have played of Warframe though, that feels like fast enough that well, it's been a while since I played, and honestly, that is just go out and kill some things. I guess it's a similar bit to like what I enjoyed of the little bit I played in Destiny. there's something very cathartic about just, okay, hop in, go shoot some bad guys, hop out. It was an online game, but I was treating it very much as a single player. Just kind of like a Doom or something like that. Just kill some bad guys with some fancy pew-pew guns. And leave it at that. Is this gonna eradicate the oil? Looks like there's a sheen still of like... Yeah, the oil is very hard to shift. So yeah, I guess the difficulty in this level is the oil. You suck at COD multiplayer. 3 days to make parts to put together for another 3 days, all while grinding up 3,000 of an item. Warframe's grind is a pain. I mean, I guess this is like if you want like the fancy gear and things like that, but I'm fine with just like, okay, I look like a cool space ninja, give me a sword to hit things with. I'm good. I don't even care about the ranged weapons, just give me a sword to hit things with. I'm fine. I don't care about like, does this armor like glow with like rainbow colors or anything like that? Nope, just give me something to shoot or hit things with, I'm fine. I am very much a basic bitch in that sense. I mean, I like good-looking or interesting-looking games. I like aesthetics in that sense. But I have zero interest in, like, I need to be, like, the prettiest belle at the ball. My character has to have all the shinies and things like that. Like, the aesthetics of a character are zero compared to, like, the overall aesthetic of a game. And, like, a lot of multiplayer games, like, they fall down in, like, either the world's a drudgery of, like, everything looks the same, or all the enemies are, like, reskins of each other. I know you did art on the walls, but when you do get around to cleaning them, remember to enjoy the advertising. Yeah, I can see there, at least as I was scrolling in, one of them was the poster for what was it, the carnival and that. And when we've gone round various places that have had all the graffiti in that, like the one that sticks in my mind is the toilet we did recently. We did go around and read all the graffiti, so we'll probably do that, don't worry. Also, welcome back, Trainsec. You usually play games that reward you for the grind. No, that's it. I have zero interest in the grind. I would just want to get to, like, the next bit. Either give me a satisfying loop where it's just pure gameplay of, like, here's a bad guy, here's a gun, shoot bad guy, done. Or, you know, here's a story. You're doing this to learn more about the world or this character, or, like, something that's going to progress you towards an end goal. Anything that is... There is no end goal. Just go have fun. When the developer can't figure out what the core gameplay loop is, my brain switches off. Building a base is not, like, an interesting thing to me. You just want to play an RPG that isn't a forced grind for once. But, like, those ones always end up being like Divinity, or forcing you to have to play at the same time. Sorry, like Divinity, or forcing you to have to play at the same time to play it. That last bit of the sentence confuses me. They're either like Divinity or what? They're forcing you to grind as well as play it? let you quest with friends when we can, but play solo on your own without the grind. Yeah. I mean, I played the entirety of Divinity solo. I will probably do the same with Baldur's Gate 3. I am fine controlling all the characters in that. I mean, yeah, because I guess I didn't even I saw like a few people playing Divinity Original Sin 2 multiplayer, and they were doing it as, I guess, as a co-op experience, but they were just mostly messing around, having fun. I played it for the story, so I was fine, like, the characters interacting with each other, and they just get, seeing the banter as I set it up with the characters, and, like, creating a weird narrative myself. My Divinity, I wanted to play with friends. We had time to play together, but if I wanted to... Oh, you want the, like, the game to be designed... It works regardless either way. It's a robust enough game that... No, you can play this completely solo. And it works. It works really well. But you could play as multiplayer and you're probably all going to have fun. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like probably Divinity is a prime example of that. A whole 7%, and we've been going on this one bit of track for how long now? Well, there's a lot of baiting grease. Presumably there isn't a lot of baiting grease on the actual platform. If there is, what have the people been doing? We should question that. More of the we can easily pop in and out of multiplayer without worrying about someone make. Yes, this is I mean this is a reason why I've not really got involved in the. I know it's probably a downfall for me doing like the whole content creation thing of not doing collab multiplayer games and things like that. But it's that whole thing of like, I guess it's a bit like doing D&D. It requires everyone to be there. If everyone's not there, then it's you either have to cancel the session or something's missing. Yeah, to do like an online series, online kind of let's play or something like that. You need to make sure everyone's there every session that you're going to stream or going to record content for YouTube. Because if they're not, then you're missing content, right? Whereas a solo game, as long as I'm there, I know I can do the thing. It sounds selfish, but it's kind of like... It's the least headache-inducing element of content creation. If I know I'm about, then I at least know I can do stuff. I don't have to rely on, you know, making sure schedules match up and things like that. SFX. Or just go into the Discord. They're listed there for the most part. Right. So are we getting close? Okay, it's 3:15. We'll do another 15 minutes, then I'll go grab coffee. And I know the embargo for hardware is up at 4 o'clock, so we'll aim to like finish off around about then. We're definitely not going to do all of this by then, but we can make a dent in it, right? There you go. You've blown all your points. Or at least some of your points. I guess, and appropriately for the conversation we've just been had, back to the grind. Some of them. There you go. Maybe our goal should be to maybe try and get to 15%. Maybe that's an achievable goal. We're just over halfway there then now. It's pure area covered. I want to say we've spent a good 45 minutes on this regardless already, so it's conceivable we could hit the 15% mark. Just double check the map was already on D&D Beyond, and of course above VTT had a heart attack and croaked, so you just have to make it again. Oh no! Is it because there's a lot of elements to it? And that's just what the VTT is freaking out about? Or is it going to be a case of, would it be better to maybe, like, split the map in half? I don't know. I'm imagining big map, right? Because it's like Fortress Assault types. You were like imagining it a little bit like a Warhammer game. So I'm imagining it's a big kind of Warhammer style map. It was the girth of it. It couldn't handle it. I would say even if we were using like cleaning fluids, the cleaning fluid would burn out very quickly. It was bigger, but you've downscaled it because I really don't want to have to make it again. That makes sense. I mean, what does above VTT? What is it able to take in as images? Is it strictly kind of JPEGs and pings, or can you like turn something into a PDF that's a little more compressed and then add that in? Has there been a fair degree of like photoshopping or using GIMP or something like that to kind of compress the image somewhat? I mean, there doesn't tend to be much difference between a compressed JPEG and a PDF that's done a reasonable job of compression, but there might be just enough that it might benefit in a situation like that, possibly. There we go, ding, right. Right, is that track is not done. Okay. But I would imagine, actually it could be the sides of it, inside bits. Found a new map, made each tile 10 by 10, then put a grid in the gaps, so map seems bigger than it is. Makes sense. And are each of the battalions getting their own little token as well, or is it just like a round circle with rat written on it, or kobold, or a little K, or something like that. So yeah, I guess you could just do letters, because there are like... Yeah, because we've got rats, kobolds, druids, and fae, I guess. So you could get away with just a little letter. We've got tokens, don't worry, cool. I think having strafed along the edge of this should be enough. And what if we can get this rail done, like so. I guess that track as well. Screw it. Let's make sure all these tracks are done, and then we can get out coffee. I've got like 5 more minutes. Seems like an appropriate one. And it's easy enough. Like when you put the auto sprayer on, I can just I can like clean trains one-handed. Makes things a lot easier. But don't don't move forward. I just only need to move side to side. There we go. Right, well. That's all of that platform done. And we're 10%. So perfect. Okay. Who's cleaning you again? We're all taking turns to volunteer, train sec. I mean, I don't know whether it's a case of we draw the short straw to have to clean you, or whether, you know, we're all... It's definitely... We want this opportunity. But regardless, I want an opportunity to nip to the loo and go and put the kettle on. How about that for a very weird segue? But yeah, let's, I guess... tab out so I can put... Indeed, I'm back, aren't I? Right. Back underground we go. Right. Well, I mean, one thing we haven't found yet. Where's the gnome? Always got a cheeky little gnome hiding somewhere, right? I'm guessing it's like tucked around a corner here or something. Wait. Does the door open? No. I don't know where the gnome might be then. So can we push buttons? Can't push buttons. No, it's just warning lights, isn't it? I don't know where the gnome is. Well, I guess we'll stumble across them eventually. Maybe. Possibly. Like hid to one side. Down there up on top. Nope. No idea where the gnome is then. Okay. Let's do... I guess this bit of the platform? Tiled mosaic floor. I think this might be a separate section. This might be relatively easy. Let's see. Oh yeah. That's getting chewed through pretty nicely, but thankfully it isn't covered in oil. So, ready, make it go ding, make it go ding. Come on, go ding. Oh, it didn't ding yet. Okay, maybe they're in sections. Maybe it's like from that point there. I guess the platform ledge is the entire thing. It's slowly going down as we go across. Still taking a while. Okay. Right. Things ain't going to be as easy as we'd hoped. They never are. Life is never easy. Apparently there's still bits of rust. There we go. We got the ding. We got the ding. It's like a bit like getting the horn, but you get the ding instead. I'm just trying to burn off those little bits of rust right on the edge there. I can just vaguely see like those pink bits. Also, oh, actually, that's we have better contrast if we do that. Let's do. There you go. Somebody get ready with the click button because we can highlight it. I've never tried that before. Right. There we go. Fired off all the rust. Cool. Right. Oh, and the lights went flashy for some reason. They did flash for a reason. I don't know what. I didn't get any alerts go off. So, I don't know. Clearly the lighting app enjoyed the ding sound as well. It got very excited. Thank you, I got clipped. It's the little things that entertain me. Clearly. That's a different type of tile floor. I'm trying to figure out what could be showing up. I guess it's that tiny bit like this, is it? Because we're not really seeing much. I guess little patch. There you go. Okay, so yeah, it is like small patches. I presume this is all one separate element. I guess so. I guess there's tiny little bits along the edge here. Sure. There you go. Ding. There you go. I will grab my coffee as we one-hand this. It's a very different type of one-handed game. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's an entire section on Steam for one-handed games, but this isn't the one you would expect. Anyway, we're back in control. It's all right. It's like getting your first Tesla and then put it into self-drive mode and watching Netflix and accidentally killing somebody. Right, okay, this is going to take a while. So, okay, so all of this, basically all the tiled floor is probably one section on its own. I went like with the bigger thing. Does it look like it's going to do all of that? Probably, maybe. I don't think there's too much baked in dirt. Yeah, I think basically maybe everything up to that point. Yeah, this kind of bit here is probably the cut-off. That's a bit murky. I think we stick with green. Green seems to be the go-to colour. Just enough pressure and just wide enough that wipes everything out. The most soothing of games, indeed. Welcome, Low End. Welcome. How are we doing, Wibs? It's been a while, hasn't it? I'm trying to remember last time I saw your name in chat. But are you taking care of yourself? Enjoying life or just surviving? I feel like most of us are just surviving, right? Yeah, I mean, the time difference, yeah, I mean, it's currently what? Just before midnight for you? Yeah, there's something of a time differential. Oh, okay, so we're just before 1 in the morning. Right, okay. So, what's keeping you up late? Or getting you up very, very early? I mean, it's either or, right? Other than being here with us. Which is a completely valid answer. I know it isn't the answer, but I mean, it could be a valid answer. Come on. Somebody stroke my ego. Tell me that they actually like watching me. Of course. There you go. Thank you. There you go. The ego's been stroked. Good news. You heard your mom is going to get help with the software at a very important foundry today. Oh, okay. How long has your mom been waiting on this being a possibility? So, Wibbs, have you been soothing yourself with some PowerWash Sim as well? Or is it pleasant just to watch people clean shit? I mean, let's face it, a lot of people are just playing this so they don't have to clean their own houses or gutters or driveways or anything like that. It's the sense of satisfaction cleaning something without having to actually go and do work. Oh, okay, so it's not been a long wait, thankfully. You think it's soothing, but part of you of why I'm here is because you started to stream. Yeah, because it's going back a while now, isn't it? Though, admittedly, this is us picking back up part 2 of this as, I guess, a series after many weeks, months, years, whatever. I guess it's months. There's a running tally on water use. Greenpeace. Yes. Though we did make the kind of the joke. Don't see a hose anywhere. We're fairly sure that we're some weird kind of mutant that manages to produce all this liquid themselves. We just after every job we get very dehydrated, like very dehydrated. Also, our target was like 15% by the halfway by 4 o'clock-ish. I think we're okay. We're going to hit the 15% mark. Like I said, the platform has less baked-in oil, so it's a little bit easier. You finish this game, believe it or not, there is a lore-friendly explanation. Oh, okay. It doesn't involve us attaching the jet wash to a certain part of our anatomy and just drinking a lot of liquid and eating asparagus. The lore in this game goes deep. And it doesn't just involve the mayor fleecing everybody of their money. Why wouldn't there be lore in the ridiculous game about power washing stuff? That's classed as metal. Okay, so that is very much a separate element. But it's going to be tiny little bits of dirt like that, which is stopping us getting the thing to go ding. Look, we need the serotonin boost. Make it go ding. I fought the law, but the law won. There we go. It went ding. Okay. We can have a cigarette now. Do I not use tab? Occasionally I do. But I've turned that the cheat button. So we only cheat if we're like really desperately trying to find the bit of dirt that's evading us. And at this point, we don't really need to cheat. We've got large swaths of stuff to clean. It's when it gets down to the end and you're at 99% going, where the fuck is this last bit? That's when the cheat button gets employed. I mean, it's all about self-care. Everyone needs a good ding now and again. I mean, life is stressful. If you don't can't ding to yourself, what can you do? Actually, yeah, we should have that as a sound effect. I'm going to have to dig into the sound files of this game just so we can have a ding sound effect. Okay, it's got to be... Just to make it worth it, it's got to be expensive, right? We can't have it constantly dinging. That's going to cheapen the payoff. So it's got to be an expensive ding. But yeah, we're going to have a ding sound effect. I don't know. So I guess playing like the 30-second sound effects is like 300 bits. It's going to have to be like 1,000 or something. Right, this metal bit does look pretty clean presently, but apparently there's a tiny bit somewhere that does not want to be cleaned. Yeah, well, I mean, it's got to be worth it, right? Because I mean, they're not all the ones. If you do VFX, you can also see like the more expensive ones. Yeah, I mean, I was about to say, if there was a way of combining the pointless channel bits with the pointless sound effect bits, that would be great. There is, but it employs using a whole other bits of software. You rolled on the wild surge table. Yep, unfortunately so. Add to your stream and you can use... I do on your stream. I mean, all my sound effects are using what is it? Streamlabs chatbot, so I can go in and I can do it that way. I'm guessing local files, yeah. So I can actually alter them, especially like the stuff like playing a bit of Kansas Wayward Son. It's had to been altered just to make sure that this the sound like copyright bots can't pick it out quite, but everyone can sing along to a bit of Wayward Son without like the copy bots knowing it's you know, copyrighted music. Yeah, I could use sound alerts and, you know, stream alerts and that kind of thing, but I've got used to having the stuff locally, and I can manipulate it and add new stuff in simply that way. Playing Cowboy every time you enter chat means I never have lots and lots of nibbles. I mean, I'm guessing you still have a fair few though, right? What's your counter? You've gone far down the OBS rabbit hole. So have you... I'm trying to think who it was. Nutty has like entire videos on like using the Aaron bots or Lauren bots or something like that to do the various effects changes and things like that. Like I said, it's just yet another app I have to have running in the background. This is why I've refrained. Plus patience and time and things like that. This thing still hasn't gone ding yet. Where's our satisfaction? Nutty stuff is absolutely true, yeah. There's a bunch of stuff you've written yourself in script. You've actually scripted some stuff for OBS. So, yeah, I haven't gone that far down the OBS rabbit hole. Occasionally I've added other stuff. I mean, there's stuff like I had video effects running for a while, but then there was an update and it broke everything, so I haven't reinitialized like lurk mode and things like that because that got broken and I can't be asked to try and figure out a new way to fix it. That's just me being lazy. Bedtime, yeah, I mean, if it's 1 o'clock in the morning, yeah, I feel like that's a valid time to go and get some sleep. But yeah, you take care, buddy. It was good hearing from you again. I wouldn't be surprised if Eli or Noob are still here. They're definitely in several hundreds of thousands. It's so sparkly. I'm so shiny. I feel like that needs to be a sound effect as well. We need to get some Jermaine in here being shiny. Though I can't remember. That Moana is the Disney thing. That's immediately asking for trouble, right? Anything that's from a Disney IP That's definitely going to have the copyright bots swarming. Yeah. That's an estate you really do not want to poke. Exactly. Disney's lawyers get paid by the, you know, by the ounce of blood they can extract from their clients, right? Or rather, from the victims of their clients. Ding. Yeah, we could. I mean, I feel like certainly for our D&D game, well, the Kids on Brooms one, there definitely needs to be a band meeting, right? Can we have a hip-hop pop-up? I can't say it. Hip-hop-opotamus. And there's definitely got to be some business time, right? Why hasn't it gone ding yet? This feels like it should have gone ding by now. There you go, thank you. Yeah, rhinoceros is easier to say. Hip-hop-opotamus isn't. Especially if you haven't had enough coffee yet. Talking about that. Alright, I feel like somebody needs to start listing all of these things. We need some new suggestions for sound effects. Jump in the Discord and start listing these ones. So what we got so far? A serotonin-laced ding from PowerWash Sim. Maybe... I can't remember what the crab thing is called in Moana, but I know it's all shiny. So maybe that. No one tell the Disney lawyers. And then some Flight of the Conchords stuff. What others? Crab Rave? I don't think that's the name of the crab, right? It's whatever Jermaine's character was in Moana. I just remember he was the hermit crab and he liked to be shiny. Somebody needs to start listing all these things. And if they can find like a YouTube clip I can rip the audio from, that's even better. Saves me work. Right. Okay, well. We're at... Okay, 5 to 4. Okay, right. I will ask you guys. Embargo for the other game is up in, well, 5 minutes. What percentage of the subway should we get done before we switch on over? Because I feel like we should take a look at it, certainly. Because, you know, I've had code come through, so I should really take a look at it. But I think we're making progress now. So, how much progress should we make before we flip games? As it were. So somebody left some ladders here. And we've done just enough to get a new job. Caldera City subway system was built using over 16 million bricks. Commissioner Barry Onyx. It does sound like a Pokemon, right? If you were to pile them up top to tail, they would extend a staggering 2,137 miles into Earth's atmosphere. That's only a tantalizing 236,718 miles short of the moon's surface. I mean, yeah, Baryonyx could also be a dinosaur. He has many life choices ahead of him. No, it is actually a dinosaur name. Okay, well, there you go. You learn something new every day. The more you know. Are you enjoying the fact that the wild surges are, I can't remember if they're free or just they're like negligible amount of points. I think they're like maybe like 4 points to do a wild surge. You're trying to find all 100 of them. Is that it? I mean, you can also roll dice if you want. I don't think there's a point cost on the various dice rolls. At least I don't think there is. It is on a cooldown though, Tora, unfortunately. It can't be spammed. It is on like a minute cooldown. Denied, I know, I'm sorry. I broke your heart. I mean, I feel like it's not the first time I've broken your heart, right? Well, it depends on what your modifier is. No, it's just a D20 roll. What was the skill? What was somebody's armor class? Did you manage to hit somebody with a 12? Probably not. Unless they're like a large gelatinous cube or something. Like I said, I can't remember what it is. I figured there was a cost to it. I can't remember though. Might not be too expensive. It might be like 10 points. I mean, can you work out how expensive it is by what did you have before you started wild surging? Process of elimination. Maybe that 12 was on an investigation check. You're on 30, so yeah, it might be something like, yeah, it could be about 10 actually, because you might burn some in the meantime. 12 is exactly the AC of one of the enemy battalions, so that would be a hit. Oh, there you go. It's all right. We've destroyed some, I don't know, frozen fey creatures. So, I'm presuming, like, all the enemy battalions also have, like, fun and weird effects. Fun and weird abilities. Kind of like our battalions do, right? Because, I mean, you've got to entertain yourself by having various other Vin Diesel properties as potential abilities. You've got a dragon. You'll be entertained. Yeah, and we'll be dead. Because What are we? We're level 7. I think I did work out, like, theoretically, like, all things being equal, like, a level 3 party could take on and maybe be okay against, what, a wormling? Then it's level 5 would be okay against a young, like, level 9 party could probably take on an adult. And then, like, ancient dragons, then, yeah, you need a higher level party. Admittedly, we have backup. We have entire backup squadrons. Or we just hurl all the kobolds at the dragon. Including Kaduk. I mean, that's an option open, right? Platform is almost there. Also, did anybody figure out what percentage? Maybe that's a D100 roll. What percentage do we have to hit before we can step aside and go and try out Hard West 2? Yeah, we do also have siege weaponry. Did we come up with a number of, like, how many trebuchets and ballista and traps and things like that we've got? Or is that going to be, like, a discussion in the early part? Okay, we've already surpassed it. We're heading out, are we? We already hit 13%. Oh wait, that was on a D20. You could do a D100. That's a 12, a 13. You're slowly increasing the DC. 2 catapults, 2 trebuchet, 4 ballista, and a smattering of traps. You're probably still on the cooldown. D100 will work. It's probably just on the cooldown. There we go. Ding. So, coffee. Indeed, the goal is to clean up. Yeah, I'll be a minute cooldown on it. It's unfortunately, that's the minimum. If I could do a cooldown of 30 seconds or 15 seconds or something, I would do. But the minimum I can do is a minute. But Skybike, yeah, we're basically seeking satisfaction through a nice, clean subway station, which I feel like is an oxymoronic term. Since when has a subway station actually been cleaned? I guess you get some in, like, I would imagine Japanese subway stations are very clean. Right, well, that's 4%. I think we passed 4% a while ago. Yeah, D100 is between 1 and 100. So yeah, the dice that are available as commands are, well, basically all the polyhedrals. So there's a D4, a D6, a D10, D8, D10, D12, D20, and a D100. Because a fair few of us are D&D nerds here, so it seemed appropriate. We're using the cheat button because I feel like this one is. There we go. I was going to say this definitely feels like we've almost done it, right? Those cursed cooldowns. Yeah, you have to wait. Right. It's almost there. I'm fairly sure it's a minute. There you go. Right. Okay, so basically all that spick and span. Yes. Are we bothering to do this platform? This is going to take forever if we do this. How about we... Let's do the bit in the middle. Muckingham. I mean, I almost read that as Fuckingham, but, you know. That's a very different type of game, probably. I'm impressed they managed to get paint down here as well. Come on. Clean this up. That might actually take us to 25%. Which, that's probably an appropriate place. And I would imagine, you know, the fact that it's 10 past 4 now. Other people have started playing as well, so I can verify that I'm not overstepping the embargo if there's somebody else producing content at the same time. Right. Well, I mean, if this follows anything like we've had before, I think there is a train. No, because I was going to say, I'm sure, like, certainly earlier in the game, you'd do something like a station, and then immediately afterwards you'd do the vehicle that was in it, or something like that. Or, you know, a couple of levels later. I'm imagining we're going to have to clean a train, but I think there's a steam engine more than there is a subway train. But I guess we'll find out later on. But this being 2,000 credits, coins, dollars, whatever. We're still only a quarter of the way through. Also, what were the stops? Muckingham, Pumpton, Detergento, Power Falls, Fumarole, Scoria, Laralem, Caldera City, Basaltamore, Washingham, Buckerton, Spongeley, Lubricity, lubricated, Suds East and Sparkleton, Moppingham. So we have a Washingham and a Moppingham, and a Muckingham, Sprayers and Blemishingham. Okay. Right, well, this box is almost done. Well, it's 3/4 of the way done. Yeah, I'd imagine it's the same map on this side. Right. Let's finish off that bit, and apparently there's a tiny bit on the subway map. I don't know where it is though. There we go. Right. Can we get on top by jumping? Ready, ready. There we go. Who needs ladders when you can hardcore parkour? Sorry, where's a gnome? Nope, not seeing it anywhere. There should be one. I wonder if it's under the benches. What's the point? Does it look like there's one under the benches? We never looked thoroughly, did we? Nope. Does feel like there should be one somewhere, but yeah. So this would be a pretty reasonable spot to actually do the roof from. Well, a decent amount of it, maybe. But yeah, it's time to switch over, I think. And we will pick up with the likes and subscribes next time in this. So yeah, let me. So, tactile platform. Why did I read that as tactical platforms? It's a new one out today called HardWest 2, which is a bit of a kind of XCOM-like. Obviously, it's a sequel because it's the second Hard West. But yeah, it's like a Western-style. I was about to say Dark Souls, not Dark Souls. Western-style XCOM. Okay, yeah. Well, we got a decent chunk done. Let's go back to the menu, I think. Yeah.